Hey, Simply Sugar here with the morning news rundown. Let's get started. So, Vance Butler has been captured in Minnesota. That's the person being charged with the political killings there that took place over the weekend. He was captured without incident. He ran into the woods. They used a helicopter with infrared technology. And again, it was without incident. He was taken into custody. They did state that he was armed at the time of capture. In other news, Trump is in Canada for the G7 summit, where I'm sure the United States is the belle of the ball. I'm surprised Canada even allowed the U.S. into the summit. They have to do what they have to do to protect their country also. They do border us. And, it makes sense to try to keep some type of dialogue open with the United States as, our futures are intertwined, being on the same continent. I get it. But they are not disappointing with their comments and their disdain for the Trump administration, for Trump himself and his policies. I'm sure they will be discussing immigration. They'll be discussing Israel and Iran, Israel, and Gaza. I'm sure that is a hot topic there as well. These nations are going to try to move forward without the U.S., and we never want to be on the exclusion list. We never want to be there. We always want to be on the party list. We want to, and not only that, you want to be a leader of the party list. You want to be, one of the popular girls. But he has taken steps to isolate the U.S. He's now targeting Democratic cities, sanctuary cities in particular. He's laying off the red states because that's his voter base. So now the immigration ICE officials will target Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, cities with high immigration, and again, who also have sanctuary policies. Of course, this will all end up in court. As sanctuary cities, we have the ability to run our own cities independent of the federal government while adhering to federal law, of course. But we're allowed to run our own citizens. He likes to push things to the states, like, oh no, the states should vote on abortion rights. It should be in the states' hands until he wants to overstep, and that's exactly what he's doing. In other news, we're just watching and waiting to see outcomes of the new bombings and trading of missiles between Iran and Israel. And hopefully we don't get dragged into this conflict, which I think Netanyahu is trying to do purposefully. If you watch any of his interviews, he's saying, well, thanks to the U.S., and the U.S. is helping, and the U.S. did this, and the U.S. did that. He's that girl, right? So he's effectively putting us into his business, and we have no choice. Well, we do have a choice, but according to the president, there is no choice. We may have to get involved. I feel like we do have a choice. We should not get involved in this conflict. It's against our interests. And ultimately, you got to protect our interests first. You're putting American citizens' lives in danger. And that's not cool. Anyway, that's the morning news rundown. Let me know your thoughts. I'm Simply Sugar.